Can I play? Look, I have some meat. Let's play. You put 20 meat on the table and sit down before they can say no. One of them shuffles the cards sloppily and deals a new round. You get a pair of 10s plus a 2, a 3, and a king. Bet crazily. Eat this. All in, suckers. Sweat gushes from their faces as they read the how to play poker card again, but eventually they both add 20 meat to the pot. Okay, ream and weep. You show your pair of 10s plus 2, 3 king. The guy on the left has a full house, 2 jacks and 3 aces, and the guy on the right somehow got a straight flush, 2 through 6 and hearts. Hornswoggle 'em. You explain that jacks are worth 9 points each, giving the guy on the left a total of 21 points, to the guy on the right's 20, and you're 25 plus a king, and the king represents, oh hey, look over there. Then look, and when you look back, you don't notice a 10 meat missing from each of their piles. You collect your winnings and stand up. They thank you for helping them learn the game. You gain 60 meat. They don't have enough meat left to bother with. Looks like they're playing for spiders now. And I leave that table never to come back again. I found these mugs. Gent, honorable crow, and I just cheated these people out of all their meat. Afternoon, sir. What can I do for you? How's business? Oh, you know, every day I'm hustling. Gosh dang it. To tell you the truth, though, it's pretty terrible. All my horses keep running away. Well, except this completely ordinary one. That's rough. Maybe I can help? Oh, God, yes. Thank you, please. I'd go fetch them myself, except for this injury. I'll give you 300 meat each for finding them. How many are there? 3. Here, let me see your map. They're pretty much always run away to the same places. Why these places? I think they like environments that are thematically appropriate. Here, when you find one, feed it some of these oats. That should send it back here. Bag of homing oats. Brimley's location-aware oats. They're healthy and expeditious. We'll send the costly sources back to him. How does that work? They're special pigeon-infused oats. Those poor pigeons. Okay, will do. See you later. I got a needle. He said something earlier about an injury. Yeah, I busted a knee while mucking around out in the showroom. Don't ask how, it's embarrassing. I was gonna get Doc Alice to have a look at it, but she gave up doctoring. Why'd she do that? Nobody knows. She just set herself up in the office. Said she won't talk to anyone except Nurse Whiskey. Is that an actual nurse, or... I'm pretty sure she was just being sarcastic. Get lost! Whiskey delivery for you, Doc. What brand? Nurse Whiskey, your favorite, I'm led to believe. Didn't know she makes house calls. Alright, hold on. You hear a rattle as she unlocks the door. Doc Alice looks to be about in her 50s. Her hair is gray and her face is lined, but her eyes are still clear and sharp, if bloodshot. She holds out her hand. Whiskey. Stat. Give it to her. She cracks open a whiskey and fills a small flask she takes out of her pocket. Then she puts the flask back in her pocket and starts chugging out the bottle. Geez, Doc, that don't seem healthy. Who's the doctor here? Me or you? Okay, point taken. Hey, Doc, can I look at your books? Sure, if you want to. Not they're gonna do you much good in this doomed forsaken hole. You should try to be less cheerful, Doc. You survey the books on Alice's shelf. They're all medical textbooks, except for a few. Leaf through the Legend of Curly's Meat, leaf through the life and works of Fred Ferguson, or leaf through the goblinoid tongues of Primer, or make like a tree leaf. The book tells the story of a legendary treasure, a massive chest full of premium meat, secreted in the hidden sense, not in the extruded sense, in the western desert by an old cowhand named Curly Butterfield. This book purports to be a Civil War surgeon's autobiography, but flipping through it mostly finds just lists of reasons that drinking alcohol is bad, so it's actually a work of ludicrous speculative fiction. At least there's some useful appendices in the back, and some diagrams of appendices. I heard that appendices are some of the most useless organs in the body. Leaf through the goblinoid tongues, a primer. You start flipping through the goblin language book. It's confusing at first, but you eventually get so engrossed that by the time you take a break from reading, several blurfs have passed, and you also know that blurf is a goblin word for hour. You learn to speak goblin. Sorta. You speak a little bit of goblin, at least enough to order a beer, which is the most important thing. This vanity don't look like it sees much use. You grab a pair of tweezers and pluck some of your more unsightly eyebrows, as opposed to the two sightly ones that are typically there. This stove is spotless. Either she's really compulsive about cleaning or she never cooks. Wow. Shouldn't this be further away from the fireplace? Doc Alice continues to pour whiskey down her neck, occasionally stopping to breathe. Is everything alright? Well, that depends on how fast I can take this whiskey into my bloodstream compared to how fast my liver filters it out. And I can't talk and drink at the same time, so... She glares at you meaningfully. So what's up? What's the matter, Doc? What's the matter? This whole world's gone to heck in a horse cart, and you ask me what's the matter? Bandits, cow demons, dead men walking? Why don't you go ahead and pick one and I'll drink to that? Dead men walking? You ain't seen it? Corpses and skeletons staggering around like puppets with half their strings cut, looking to take a bite out of living? Nope. Well, just count your lucky stars and stay out of the town cemetery then. I love how on this map, unlike on normal maps, it's not north that's spotted, but it's west, because we're going west. Continuously. Forever. There's still some meat ore in this cart. Meat ore. Okay. Dig through it. Score! You gained 50 meat. This is where Bill said to look. You got an item. Shovel. Provides the option to dig in certain places. Hey, he wasn't kidding. Not that this would have been a funny thing to kid about, I guess. Crates are all labeled blast in caps. A period is part of the label. That's why it's inside the quotes like that. Dang it, looks like you're gonna need a crowbar to pry open the crates. Minecart's still full. Unrefined meat nugget. Otherwise known as a Burger King chicken nugget. I'm just gonna real quick. I wonder if I can get anything out of any of these. Detonator plunger. Hook plunger up to it. This looks dangerous. If there was a blasting cap on here, we'd be in real trouble. Pick the lock. You manage to unlock the toolbox, but the needle is ruined in the process. Most of the tools inside are rusted away to nothing, but there's a pretty nice crowbar. Nice. Grabbing blasting cap. Okay, you succeeded in putting yourself in grave danger. Now, grave danger would be in the cemetery. Out here, I'm in mine danger. $50 meat. Something's buried here. A silver nugget. Well, that ain't worth it. That's not a meat nugget. You see the dark horse? Barely. Hey there, girl. It's okay, I'm a friend. The horse shies away from you, though in this case it's more like a crippling introvert away from you. Reassure her. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Look, I brought some oats for you. They aren't poison or anything. In retrospect, I guess that wasn't a very comforting thing to say. Feed her the oats or pat her on the nose. As you reach out to pat her nose, the horse ducks and steps further back in the shadows. Oh, come on. Take a handful of oats out of the bag and hold them out to the horse. Here you go. Yum yum. She sidles away from you warily and makes a surprisingly good attempt at hiding in her own shadow. Come on, please. Look, they're fine, okay? See? You take a handful from the bag and toss some in your mouth. Ugh, it's the roughest, blandest breakfast cereal you've ever eaten. Still, it's better than dry cat food. Don't ask. You smile to show that horse you're fine, and realize you've unconsciously turned around and walked out the door. Jeez, these are powerful. The horse looks at you warily as you re-enter the cave with a cheerful wave. See? Perfectly fine. Feed her the oats. Come on, please. The horse haunches her shoulders and seems to shrink slightly as it pat her nose, but doesn't actually flee. So that's something. There's a good girl. Feed her the oats. The horse finally seems relaxed enough to get around you, so you offer her a handful of the oats. Warily but grudgingly she eats them. Then she gestures at something behind you. You turn around to look, but don't see anything. When you turn back, she's gone. Well, okay then. Our founder, Zephaniah Boring, 1806 to 1885. He was actually a really interesting guy. He lived to 79. Benjamin Crockett. He showed up way too early. 1320 to 1364. Beauregard Skeleton Captain, 3rd Cavalry, 1820 to 1866. Oh, my first battle. Let's see how he do this. Here, have a snake. You put a stop to Captain Skeleton's unnatural animation, and got an item, Old Cavalry Saber. Here comes a cavalry saber. And gold tooth. This was in the ground for a very long time, then in somebody's mouth for a very short time, and now it's in your backpack. Sweet. A skeleton! Nah, you're not getting past it without a scuffle. Ow. Get out of here. That guy just wouldn't stay put. Timothy Cochrane, devoted husband. Elizabeth Cochrane, beloved daughter. And Silas Cochrane, a baby. And that got suddenly depressing. They all died in the same year. Your pulse quickens as you get near the spooky translucent horse. Approach her. You approach the weird, semi-transparent horse cautiously so as to not startle her, though you quickly come to the realization that this is not a horse that startles easily. Hello there. Hi, I'm a friend, okay? Nay. That's a little strange. How'd you do that without opening your mouth? You pat the horse's nose, which is very cold. If you were going to ride her, you would want an extra saddle blanket to keep your butt from freezing. Also to keep my butt from breaking, I'm a twig. Pat her on the nose again, or feed her the oats. Here you go, girl. Have some oats. You hold out a handful of oats for the horse, but she just sort of stares through you. Brr. Please don't look at me like that. Yep, still cold. Brr. 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 You hold the oats out again. The horse continues to ignore them. What's the matter? Are they not spooky enough? I'm not sure how to make oats spooky. I guess I could make some bone meal, put some bone meal on them, but I don't have anything handy to grind the bones with. Grave dirt? Is that a guess? Weird. Okay. You sprinkle the oats with just a little bit of grave dirt and hold them out again. The horse gazes expressionlessly at them, then eats them. And with that, she glides away in the direction of town. Bizarre!